Okay.
All right.
Are we ready? Are we ready to get started?
I believe we're ready.
Okay. This is exciting. I'm like giddy.
I'm shitting a little bit.
I'm farting my pants.
I'm fucking urinating.
Oh my god. Have you seen that TikTok? I'm sorry, this is the one thing I'll bring up. But have you seen that TikTok of those guys sitting on a couch and one of them just goes, "Oh crap." I was like, "What? I just shit my pants."
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've seen that. Holy shit.
What do you mean? It happens.
What do you mean?
You should be ashamed to shit your pants once, twice a week. I'm peeking. Okay, all right.
Oh, it's a good start. It's a good start.
Yeah, we're peeking right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Poop Chute podcast. We're two good friends and sometimes special guests. Come on to educate people about niche topics that will help us out in a round of bar trivia sometime in the future. I'm your host for this episode, Undead Samurai, better known as Russ, and with me is my good friend and co-host, Stinky Trina. Hello, Trina.
Hello, I am Trina. You know me as Stinky Trina online. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter as well. This is a podcast, like that intro said, where one person has a topic that they are at least somewhat familiarized with and try to teach it to somebody who has next to no familiarity with said topic. And today, I'm going to be the host for this episode and bring a topic that I love and is very near and dear to my heart to Trina.
I have no idea what this topic is. We do not tell each other what the topics are. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to learn what you have to offer today.
Okay, I'm going to start with a question. You're familiar with Superman?
Of course.
Okay. You're familiar with Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes.
If you were to combine these two characters, who would you have?
Supersonic.
No.
Hedgehog Man? Like
Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, fuck off.
They share a lot of similarities. I think Sonic took a lot of inspiration from some of the Dragon Ball Z lore. But today we are going to be jumping headfirst into the deep end of the timeline of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, boy. Why did I had a feeling, a gut instinct that this was going to be your first topic. It was fucking Dragon Ball Z related.
Hey, listen, I'm a simple man. I like simple things. I like Goku shooting fireballs out of his hands and blowing up Frieza, alright? So,
all right.
Dragon Ball was debuted in November of 1984. It was written by a man by the name of Akira Toriyama. He's really like one of the most famous mangaka in Japan. He's known specifically for Dragon Ball, but he's done a lot of other stuff too.
What's that one thing that he did?
Dr. Slump is the other thing.
Not Dr. Slump. It was like Dragon something.
Dragon Boy?
Dragon Boy?
Dragon Boy is like prototype Dragon Ball.
Hold on. Oh, fuck. Blue Dragon, that's what it was.
Blue Dragon. He did the art for Blue Dragon.
It's a lot of dragons in this guy's portfolio.
He draws funny cartoon dragons. What can I say?
He do be doing that.
So the story of Dragon Ball focuses on one central character, and basically to explain Dragon Ball Z, I have to explain Goku. So we're just gonna yes, he's the main character. It's kind of important.
Okay, but like. I mean, everyone knows Goku.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's a man.
A lot of people. Yeah. He's not.
Well, he's perceived as a man.
he has the appearance of a human, yes. But he's not
He's a big ape from outer space.
Uh-huh. I
mean, that's to help the human race.
No. I mean, you're close. You're close. Okay, so Saiyan children. Okay. So I think this is where I need to start here.
Yeah.
So, Planet Vegeta. Okay? That's where all the Saiyans live. It is ruled by King Vegeta, and his son is also named Vegeta.
Vegeta.
So Saiyan children, if they are of a low power level, and I'm not going to explain power levels because it's pointless. They are sent from planet Vegeta to a low-level planet to destroy the entire planet, flatten it, so that it can be resold. Are you with me so far?
It's a planet full of capitalists, like.
Okay, so the main capitalist is a white alien by the name of Frieza. Of course, he's white. And Frieza is the emperor of space, essentially. Like, effectively, that's what he is. He owns something called the Planet Trade Organization that levels planets so that they can be sold. And he kind of runs that, and the Saiyans are kind of his workers, I guess. They don't unionize because I don't think they know what that word means, but they are effectively his workers. And so low-level planets are sent. Children are sent there, and once they get there, they project an image of a full moon.
I'm sorry, just the phrase "the children are sent there."
They are. They send children, and a projection of the moon is shown to this child, so he turns into a giant ape and levels the planet.
Because
giant apes are like, it's basically you're sending a bomb, but it is a baby. So Goku is tasked with destroying Earth.
Yeah.
His pod malfunctions when he gets there, and the moon doesn't project, and he is found by a very old martial artist by the name of Gohan, who raises him, and then Gohan eventually dies because Goku turns into a giant ape. This is Dragon Ball stuff. I'm not going to stay too long on this.
Yeah, of course.
But
Z is the milk and honey.
Boy. That's what the people like.
That's what the people love. It's what the people want.
So Gohan dies, and so Goku is living by himself. He meets Bulma, who is looking for these things called the Dragon Balls. There are 7 Dragon Balls.
Bulma, where are your balls?
Exactly. If you collect all 7 of them, you get a wish. Or, if you're Sonic, you turn into Super Sonic.
Oh my god.
Chaos Emeralds are a direct... they're a parallel to the Dragon Balls. I think they took that from it, because there are 7 Chaos Emeralds, too.
Oh my god. Okay, so, like, this is not something that I've thought about before, or even made a correlation for, but now that you're talking about it, you know what? I can believe it.
Sonic, when he gets all 7 Chaos Emeralds, his hair goes yellow, and it becomes supersonic. I mean, it's right there.
Damn, he was just saying this whole time.
In Dragon Ball, they go on a lot of adventures.
Shit, they even got similar shoes.
They do. They don't.
Oh my god!
Goku thwarts a paramilitary organization. He wins a martial arts tournament and loses 2 other ones. He saves the world from a green alien with 2 antennae. He's just like you and me, but he's yeah, exactly. That's Piccolo. And then he has a quiet life for a while. He raises a kid with his wife, and that's where Dragon Ball Z picks up. So much like Goku, we're wrapping back now because
oh my god,
I'm going to talk about Saiyan stuff, and I had to explain that at the beginning. See, I'm not an idiot. So a Saiyan pod. That was uncalled for. So,
like a good kind of idiot.
Yeah, like a lovable
doofus. like a lovable doofus, exactly.
Mm-hmm. I'll take that. You know
what? A big lovable oaf.
Mm-hmm. I'll say something really bad. Anyway,
dude, I hear you.
Like a. Anyway,
I'll bleep that.
Thank you. So a Saiyan pod lands on Earth, and out of this pod comes a very long-haired individual who is wearing Saiyan armor. His name is Raditz. He's big and scary. Goku's fought a lot of people at this point. Like he's he's the world martial arts tournament, like, champion. Like, he won a martial arts tournament. Like, he's known. This guy who is super strong, because they can sense energy levels, he shows up on Earth and everyone panics because they haven't experienced someone this strong before on Earth. Like, it just hasn't happened. So Piccolo, who is not the Piccolo that tried to take over the Earth, but an egg that the other Piccolo spat out. No, I will not explain that.
All right.
He senses Raditz as well. So he goes to Goku. He's like, "Listen, I hate you. You want to stop me from taking over the planet, but we got to do something about this fucker because he's really strong, and I don't want the world to be blown up." So Raditz goes to Goku, and he says, "Hey, I'm your brother. You're a Saiyan from planet Vegeta. You were sent here. I'm your brother.
I'm your brother." The fucking lumpy
I'm
animation.
your brother.
Yeah. Put me back. I'm not done.
I'm alive. I'm born. Fuck, I completely lost my place again. So, Raditz goes to Goku, and he's like, "I'm your brother. You're a Saiyan from planet Vegeta. You were sent here to kill everyone here and level it so that we could sell this planet. Join up with me so we can finish what you started." He's like, and Goku's like, "No, I'm a good guy." Right? And so Raditz kicks him in the fucking chest, steals his kid, and then runs away. So like I said, Piccolo goes. What? Go for it.
A little bit later down the line, because this is pretty much information that I know, like that most people know, especially if they like initially started watching Dragon Ball Z.
Sure. And
just, you know my opinion about like how I feel about Goku as a father figure.
I am here to explain. I don't like this misconception that he's a bad father. It's not his fault that Gohan keeps being put in these like dangerous situations. It's a lot of
hold on though. There are several occasions where it's directly his fault. Okay.
We will get to the point where I think it is Goku's fault. We will get to a point where there is one instance where he is like, "Yeah, this is horrible and stupid." But like people call him like an absentee father.
Well, like, I wouldn't say absentee.
No, there are people who have that argument, and I'm like, that's not accurate in the slightest. He has his moments of, because he just doesn't think like a human. He doesn't think like a human being. He thinks like a race that was bred for battle. Like he thinks like a race of humanoids who their only purpose in life is to fight.
Here's the thing, though. Right, like he was but a bab, a wee child when he landed on planet Earth, right?
Yeah.
So like he was raised by people.
Okay. I'm glad you brought this up. When he first landed, he was like a wild child. Like he was untamable essentially. He was like a wild animal. Like Gohan had so much trouble raising him at first. That he was like, why is this child so angry and hate-filled? Like, why does he enjoy... this is true. Goku experiences horrible head trauma at a very early age, and it kind of, like, just turns him into a normal kid. He still has that, like, combat love inside him, but he's just a normal kid after, like, he bumps his head.
I just want to go back to the comment of, why is this child so hate-filled and full of rage? And it's like...
It's not that he wasn't even raised on planet Vegeta, it's just that's how Saiyans are. Mm-hmm. So, we'll get to that.
So it's just an innate nature for them to be like...
Precisely.
I like fighting. I like putting my fist through people. Mm-hmm. I like watching my son get his shit kicked in.
We'll get there. So, Raditz puts he puts Gohan in his pod, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna wait for your dad. Your dad would be stupid not to take up my offer, that kind of thing." But Gohan keeps spiking Raditz' scouter, which is the thing that lets him track energy levels. It keeps spiking it like really high for some reason. And he's like, you're a 4-year-old kid. Like, how on earth could you be this strong? And it's very strange to him because he's never seen a kid with that level of power.
That's not when the like over 9,000 meme kicks in, is
it? No, we'll get there. So Piccolo and Goku go to stop Raditz. Piccolo ends up using a technique that kills both Raditz and Goku at the same time. But before that happens, Goku's kind of like in a chokehold from Raditz, and then Gohan, like, his rage just explodes. And he comes out of the sand pod and he headbutts Raditz so hard that it like cracks his armor. Which is just something that hadn't been seen yet. And it was like wild that this kid could be that strong. And so Piccolo, seeing that, after Raditz dies and Goku dies, he kidnaps Gohan again. And he decides to train him because as Raditz is dying, he warns Piccolo that in 1 year, 2 other Saiyans are going to show up, and both of them are multiple times stronger than I am. It's like, holy shit. This person that we had to kill our best fighter to stop, he's sending 2 other people who are 10 times, 20 times stronger than him. That's horrifying.
So just to recap, Goku is dead already?
Goku's dead. He dies at the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z.
I see. And it's his son Gohan that
Gohan. Gohan, the son, is named after Grandpa Gohan.
Ah.
That's important. Grandpa Gohan's long dead at this point.
He's fucking dead.
He's fucking dead. He was a fucking old man. He got stomped by a big monkey.
Oh my god!
He did. So Piccolo, seeing how powerful Gohan can be, decides to train him for the next year. Meanwhile, the rest of the Z Fighters, so we're talking Krillin, Yamcha, who's really important later, Tien, and Chaozu, decide to train as well. So all of them are training. There's a really cool filler arc where Vegeta eats a bug man.
Wait, back that up. What?
Planet Arlia, I think.
Why does he eat the bug boy? What did the bug man do to deserve that?
So there's a filler arc where Vegeta and Nappa land on this planet of bug men, and they create a political coup. And just lackadaisically, like it's pretty casual.
Just casually starting a coup with my best friend.
And then as they're leaving, they glass the planet. But
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
They do. I don't think that's in the... I genuinely don't think that's in the manga at all. Let me see if I can find a picture of Vegeta's... he had a coloring issue during the anime.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to see if I can find it. It's like one of my favorite pictures. His colors are just completely wrong. Here's the fucking way off model.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's pink and orange.
Yep. His hair is bright red for some reason.
Are you sure that isn't like because of the lighting around him, or was that
that entire arc is colored like that? I don't know why.
Fuck?
It's very strange. So, after the year of training that the Z Fighters, which I will refer to them as the Z Fighters from here on out, they undergo
Not
this...
Fighter Z?
No, it's specifically Z Fighters. So they train for a year, and Vegeta and Nappa land on planet Earth, and they start just blowing up cities for fun, because they're waiting for Goku. They eventually get sick of waiting, and they release these Cybermen. Cybermen are like little green men that grow like cabbages out of the ground.
Do they have little antennae and are they just like you and me?
No, they look like cabbages.
Ew.
I've always thought they look like cabbages.
Oh my god, are they what inspired the Cabbage Patch Kids?
I would certainly hope not. Nappa puts these little seeds in the ground and they grow to these things. Each one of those are just as strong as Raditz. Like, Raditz is so weak in comparison.
I remember this being a plot point.
In Team 4-Star, they make a joke about it, but it is truly horrifying in context. This person that we could hardly beat is weak enough to where these other two guys can grow him, essentially.
Multiples of them.
Yes, like very quickly too. Yamcha dies.
Of course.
That's about as much time as the fucking show's on it anyway, so we're gonna move on. So they're fighting Nappa.
Very important.
They end up fighting
Nappa,
character. And yes, extremely important. He runs a baseball team later.
It's questions for later.
We're not gonna get to that today, I don't think. So they're fighting Nappa. Chute sacrifices himself to save everyone. It does almost nothing.
Wow.
So Chute dies. Tien dies from blood loss because he got his arm punched off. That's true.
By one of the Cabbage Boys? Or?
No, it was by Nappa.
Oh, okay.
And then Yamcha dies from Cabbage Patch. So then Goku shows up at like the perfect time and wipes the fucking floor with Nappa.
Oh my god, we thought you were dead.
He was, but they wished him back.
Oh, what?
they wished him back to life with the Dragon Balls.
Oh, they already found the Dragon Balls at this point?
During that past year, they had done that. So he comes in, kills Nappa. Well, beats up Nappa so bad that Nappa's like, "Help me, Vegeta!" And then Vegeta throws him up in the air and kills him. He's like, "I can't deal with weak underlings."
That's the Scouter level meme.
Oh yeah, what does the Scouter say about his power level?
It's over 9,000.
It's over 9. That's the old voice actors too. That's the Ocean dub. That's not Chris Sabat who says that. In the funny thing, in the Funimation dub of that scene, Vegeta goes, "It's over 9,000, ah!" It's so weird.
I'm sorry, what?
Hold on, let's see.
It's over 9,000.
It's over 9,000. Yeah, it's like Triple H in WWE. Over 9,000 Funimation. Here we go.
Vegeta, what did you say his power level is? It's over 9,000! 9,000?!
What did you say his power level was again?
Yeah. I love I love the Team 4-Star one, because it's like, what does the Scouter say about his power level? It's 1,006. That's not very high. Yeah, he's weakling. Nappa kicked the shit out of him.
What the fuck?
So Nappa's dead, and Goku's like, "Hey, Vegeta, I'll give you one last chance to leave planet Earth, or I'm gonna have to slap you." And so they fight, and Vegeta is so desperate that he ends up turning into a giant ape. And then that's when Goku realizes, holy shit, I killed my grandpa. And so they beat, they're fighting him, and the only way to stop a Saiyan from transforming into a great ape is to cut off his tail.
I was gonna say, yeah, removal of the tail.
And so, the single most important character in all of Dragon Ball Z makes his appearance. Okay? If he had not done what he does here, the series wouldn't have happened. Okay? This fat fuck.
Oh yeah, this guy!
Yajirobe is his name. He's one of my favorite characters. Yajirobe.
Oh, Yajirobe.
He is one of my favorite characters. He is the lazy samurai, much like me. And he cuts off Vegeta's tail. So Vegeta reverts back to human. And then he gets the shit kicked out of him. So yeah, Vegeta gets beat up. He ends up losing because Gohan turns into a great ape. And so he gets stepped on. Or no, he cuts off Gohan's tail to revert him back, but it's not happening fast enough, so Gohan just lands on him. So Vegeta tries to escape. Krillin's like, picks up Yajirobe's sword, say, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." And then Goku's like, "No. This man that killed a bunch of people, let him go. He's learned his lesson." So now all of their friends are dead. Oh yeah, Piccolo dies during the Nappa fight too. That's really important. I should have mentioned that.
Is that when he gets that hole blown through him, or is that when?
That's when he does the first selfless thing of the entire series. He saves Gohan, and that's it's an important sacrifice. It's important character building. But and I didn't mention it. I feel like a shitty person now. But Piccolo's dead, so that means that Kami is dead. Kami is the guy who has the Dragon Balls. That's the reason they're there, is because Kami is alive. Mm-hmm. And he's dead too, because they're technically the same person. Because of that, there are no Dragon Balls, so they can't wish their friends back. Bad. Bad news. So, Mr. Popo. If his design wasn't so unfortunate, I'd like him more. So anyway, Mr. Popo comes to Goku when he's in the hospital and says, hey, there is a whole planet of Piccolos and Kamis that we can go to. It is called Namek. We can go there. That's where Dragon Balls come from. We can go there, wish Piccolo and Kami back, and then we could just use our Dragon Balls to bring everyone back. And they're like, great, this is a great idea. Goku's incapacitated, so Gohan, Bulma, and Krillin go to Namek to find the Namekian Dragon Balls. Vegeta's there, and he's fully recovered, and that's not good. So this is our first introduction to Frieza, and I want to mention right now, I want to take a sidetrack, because my favorite character in the series is Goku's dad, because he
is that Grandpa Gohan?
No. His name is Bardock.
Ah!
So, Frieza's like a hyper-fascist, right?
Right.
He is using basically a race of militant animal men, essentially, to level planets so that he can profit off of it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He is a fascist capitalist pig. There is a team of 5 Saiyans who are rising up the ranks of notoriety within Planet Vegeta, and they are led by a Saiyan by the name of Bardock. They are leveling a planet. He's attacked by one of the locals, and the local gives him the power to see into the future. By looking into the future, he sees the destruction of Planet Vegeta. And he knows that Frieza is responsible. Up until this point, it's kind of ambiguous whether or not Saiyans know that Vegeta hates them, or if he's just using them. Bardock's kind of the first person to realize this. And he's literally like seen as a crazy person by everyone else. He's like, you don't understand. He is going to kill all of us. Like, we are all going to die. Because, like, Frieza ends up, like, killing his entire team.
Jesus.
And you know that, like, red bandana he's always seen wearing?
Mm-hmm.
That was a white armband at one point. It's soaked with blood.
God.
And he's wearing it for, like, because his best friend, like, died in his arms. And so he just promises that he is going to stop Frieza. Frieza is, like, beyond any type of strength that they could ever experience.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets killed. But as he is dying, he sees the future in which Goku beats Frieza. He knows that he can't win. He's so weak compared to Frieza, but he stands up to him anyway. And I think that's why I admire him so much. And why he's my favorite character. Because up against everything, he still stands against tyranny. And also his special moves are fucking named really awesome things. It's all like about like rebellion shit, like causing a rebellion. There's one move called Rebellion Trigger. Riot Javelin is my personal favorite. Like, he's just so cool. Anyway, back to Namek. We see Frieza. He has heard through the grapevine that Namekians have these balls that if you collect all 7, you get a wish. So he is on Namek at the same time they are.
Looking for balls.
Yes, looking for giant... They're so big.
Giant,
they're so big and engorged.
shiny, engorged balls.
So he's also looking for it.
Yeah.
Frieza is a terrifying, like, constant threat that they have to deal with right now.
Right.
They're looking for the same thing. Vegeta's also looking for the Dragon Balls. So there's like 3 different groups that are all looking for them. Some Frieza soldiers die, so Frieza calls in the Ginyu Force.
I know those boys.
And so they're fighting the Ginyu Force. They kill Birder, which is the blue guy.
Mm-hmm.
Raccoon, who is the large orange-haired man, and Guldo, who is the green 4-eyed guy. So they kill all of them. Jace is like, fuck this shit. Like, where's Captain Ginyu? Where the fuck is he? And so he goes and gets Captain Ginyu, and Ginyu has a special power where he gets to swap bodies. So he swaps bodies with Goku, and then, like, mortally wounds his other body. So he stabs his hand into his chest and then swaps bodies with Goku. It's real fucked up, actually. And so Goku's, like, bleeding out.
What the
like,
fuck?
in Ginyu's body, if you could imagine that. There's some, like, really brutal moments in the show. I think that's one of them. That's one of the bigger ones for me. Is, like, Ginyu mortally wounding himself and then being like, okay, I'm going to change bodies with you now, so now you're going to be dying and I'll be fine. Vegeta starts fighting him. You know, he ends up changing bodies back through some funny shenanigans.
Fucking Saiyan voodoo.
And then he tries to change bodies with Vegeta, but Goku throws a frog in the way, and so Captain Ginyu is now a frog.
Oh, like a literal frog.
An actual frog.
I thought you were, like, using a fucking turn of phrase.
No. Here's the image.
Oh, no.
This is Ginyu.
It's just a little man.
It's a little frog with 2 antennas.
He's green and little, and he's just like you and me.
Yeah, precisely. I love their design so unbelievably much. They're so cute. They're cute little guys. So that fucking sucks. The Ginyu Force gets killed. Goku is horribly wounded. So he goes into a rejuvenation pod that they have in one of Frieza's ships. And about this time, you realize that every time a Saiyan is mortally wounded, killed or otherwise, they come back 3 times stronger.
Oh boy.
When Goku died, that's why he was so much stronger later. And he was training for a year. It's called the Zenkai boost, and we'll come back to it. They just get stronger. It is just a feature of Saiyans. So they start to fight Frieza after they wish back Piccolo, luckily, and then they wish him 2 Namek. So Piccolo's here and alive, but they have to fight Frieza now, who is way stronger than any of them. There's this legend in Saiyan mythology called the Super Saiyan. It is a being capable of defeating any foe. When you become a Super Saiyan, you are just a pure power, essentially. And so Vegeta, having heard this since he was a kid, thinks, maybe I'm a Super Saiyan.
Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm the Super Saiyan legend.
Maybe I could be. So he tries to fight Frieza, gets the shit kicked out of him. So what he ends up doing, he asks Krillin to mortally wound him.
I want you to kill me, you bald fuck.
So that he can come back stronger. And so he does that, and he does get stronger. He's still not strong enough. Frieza is just so unbelievably strong.
I need you to keep stabbing me.
He only does it once because it almost kills him. But
that should tell you what level he's at.
Well, I guess they could do that. See, that's a point that a lot of people bring up. Why don't they just keep getting mortally wounded over and over and over again, and it'd be way better than training? It's like, maybe I don't think so.
I was gonna add that's actually that's a really great point. Why don't they just keep doing that?
There are stipulations with Zenkai boosts.
Oh,
it has to come through combat. Like the wound has to come through combat. You can't just inflict it on yourself. Shit like that. There's a few other rules, but they're unimportant to the story.
I mean, I don't know. Getting stabbed by someone else repeatedly is pretty combative.
Ow! All right, do it again. I'm fully healed. Ah! Owie!
Ow! Fuck! Do it again!
So yeah, Frieza has multiple forms. Right, he keeps evolving, getting stronger, and by the time Goku is finished rejuvenating, he is in his final form, the kind of rounded, mostly white with purple accent form that the form that he's seen in most often.
Yeah. Is that the one with the horns?
No, that's his first form.
That's his So wait, he loses the horns when he's in his, like, final form?
That's the big one. That's his final form there.
I figure, like growing horns would mean like you've become more powerful, not that you're juvenile.
Oh, I'll go through all the forms with you. How about that? Frieza first form. He looks like this. He's got some armor on. He has little horns. Second form is this one. Bigger, much bigger.
I was gonna say he's so beefy in this one.
Super tall?
Why is his final form a fucking twink?
Excellent question. I don't know. This is his third form. Before I want you to think of a certain sci-fi movie when I show you this one.
Oh yes, I see. Interesting.
Yeah. He doesn't have a little mouth in his he doesn't have a little tongue mouth, but it's alien.
That is straight up a xenomorph.
And then his final form. So Goku arrives, and Vegeta's like, "Listen, this motherfucker killed everyone of our race. He destroyed our race. You have to kill." And then Frieza kills him. And so Goku's like, "Vegeta, no." And then buries him in a shallow grave.
Vegeta, no. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
So Goku and Frieza start fighting, and they think they beat him. They use a special technique called the Spirit Bomb. And they think they beat him, and everyone's celebrating, and then Frieza rises again from the water and kills Krillin. And
I remember
Piccolo.
that, yeah.
And so, Goku, seeing his friend die in front of him, goes Super Saiyan. It is one of my personal favorite moments in Dragon Ball, Goku going Super Saiyan for the first time. It comes out of fucking nowhere. Because it's been like sprinklings of like this idea of a Super Saiyan throughout.
And then suddenly he just proves the legend's correct.
Yes. It sounds like legend. Like it doesn't sound real how it's described in the show, and then it happens. And you're like, fuck!
Oh,
like, holy shit!
And then Frieza's like, oh shit!
Well, Frieza's race, right? Which is named Frieza's race because it doesn't have a name. Frieza's race have passed down this legend of Super Saiyan. Be wary of Super Saiyans. Like they are the one thing that can really combat us.
Like really fuck us up. Like if you encounter one, you're already dead.
So there hasn't been one for like thousands of years. And so this is like a ghost story being real for Frieza. Goku fights him back. Frieza powers up to 100% power, but he still beats him. And Frieza to kind of get one over Goku decides to blow up Planet Namek as like a last ditch like fuck you. And so they have like a few minutes to fight. Goku beats him. The anime is basically like it looks like Goku dies. He doesn't. Spoiler.
Of course. I mean, no one's ever really gone in the Dragon Ball Z universe.
Yeah, exactly. So throughout all of this, it's like King Kai, who is a really important character that I just gloss over because he becomes very unimportant later. He is organizing like people on Earth wishing certain Namekians back so that the Namekian dragon can wish all of the Namekians that are on dying Namek. He can wish them all to Earth. And so, Namek is completely barren, except Goku and Vegeta. Goku and Frieza, sorry. And so, it fucking blows up. And everyone's like, fuck, this fucking sucks.
This is shit, this fucking sucks.
What the fuck are we gonna do? And all the Namekians are on Earth. And Vegeta is back alive and on Earth. And Bulma's like, don't you fucking kill anyone, mister.
And then Vegeta's like,
I'm going to impregnate you.
I was gonna say, you're fucking hot, be my wife.
Yeah, exactly. They hate fuck.
I'm gonna grow a mustache and not look great in it.
So, Goku is alive, they find out, but he doesn't want to be wished back to Earth yet. He's training in space for a while.
Ah.
So a little bit after this, I think a year after this, a strange man, it's like an 17
It's a lot
I
of.
can't remember how old he is.
There's a lot of strange men in the anime.
Exactly.
You need to be specific.
I'm trying to be mysterious. A purple-haired teen boy. Okay. He appears and he says to the Z Fighters, "Hey, Frieza's fucking coming to Earth. All right, it's really fucking bad. I'm here to save you, and I'm here to meet Goku.
Oh wait,
I know Frieza's here.
This is Trunks, isn't it?
It is Trunks.
You said purple, and I was thinking like dark purple, not light purple.
Purple hair.
Purple.
Trunks, the most overrated fucking character in all of Dragon Ball Z.
I come from the future. I have a sword. Blah.
Trunks shows up.
My mom hit on
says,
me.
Hey. She did. It's really fucking awkward. So he makes quick work of Frieza and all Frieza's soldiers, because Frieza didn't die, but now he's dead. King Cold, who's Frieza's father, gets murdered.
I'm sorry.
Like, really easy.
I'm
so
sorry.
easy.
King what?
King Cold. His design's fucking awesome. Thank you.
Does he have a brother named Cooler?
He does. Hang on, let me get a picture of Cooler.
Wait a fucking
I Google searched Cooler.
I thought that was a fucking joke from Team 4-Star. That's not real.
Cooler? Yes, Cooler's real.
No.
He's fucking badass.
Okay, so we got Jesus, he's purple. Okay, so we got Frieza, we got Cooler, we got King Cold.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else? Do we have Icebox?
Frost.
Shut the fuck up.
This is a guy from a different universe, but yeah.
You know, now that I look at their designs, they do have like the fucking color schemes of like popsicles, so like yeah, that checks out.
And then there's one more that we know of. His name's Chilled.
Chills? Chills is in the anime? Number 15, Super Saiyan foot lettuce.
I think you're gonna love Chilled. He's a really goofy little guy.
Oh my god, he's just a goofy little man.
That's from a show that takes place like way in the past.
Oh god, he's got a cartoony little body.
Mm-hmm. He's one of Frieza's ancestors.
Ancestors?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's just a little guy, though.
He's just a little fellow.
He's just a little man. What is in those, like, shiny domes in their heads?
I think that's their actual head. I think that there's just brain in there. I think it's supposed to be like an exoskeleton kind of thing.
It's kind of gross.
They're not bugs. We'll get to a bug man. Editor's note. Good luck making sense of this.
Fuck. I'm the editor. Oh, no!
So Frieza's dead. King Cold's dead. Trunks stops all of them. It's great. It's a wonderful day. Throughout this, he goes Super Saiyan, and Vegeta fucking hates this because he thinks that Goku's the only Super Saiyan. And now there's another one. That means it's not a legend anymore. It is just a common thing to him. And he's like, well, fuck you all. I'm going off planet. I'm going to become a Super Saiyan.
Does he ever become a Super Saiyan?
We will get there. So
get there faster.
Sorry. So Goku shows back up. Trunks is like, hey, I'm Vegeta's son with Bulma. In a year from now, androids are going to come and kill everyone. And you're going to die of heart failure, essentially.
Wait.
What?
Vegeta's going to die of heart failure?
No, Trunks is talking to Goku.
Oh, okay. So
Goku will literally Trunks'
has a
timeline.
Heart attack.
In Trunks' timeline, he dies of a heart disease.
Of a heart disease.
Yeah, Trunks comes back in time to give him medication for it. He's like, here, take this. It'll cure you of your heart disease. You'll survive because we need Goku alive. Like that's the whole reason he comes back.
Right.
So they train for a year. When the androids finally appear, it is an old man and a mime. And Trunks comes back as well to like help them. It's the wrong androids. He warned them of different androids, but because he fucked with the timeline so much, it's the androids that show up in the main timeline are 19 and 20. And then he is referring to 18 and 17.
Mm.
So this is all fucked, but they're super weak compared to like the Z fighters, so it's not an issue. Also, Goku succumbs to his heart virus while fighting Android 19, so he has to be taken away. But then Vegeta comes back, and that motherfucker goes Super Saiyan and kills the fuck out of 19.
Shit! Let's go!
And it's him going Super Saiyan is my favorite moment of anyone going Super Saiyan, because his line before is like, "Tell me, do androids feel fear?" And then he goes Super Saiyan and he rips his fucking arms off.
Oh my god!
So so Android 20 runs because he realizes he's way too fucking weak. And he activates 3 more androids. The aforementioned 17 and 18. And they in turn activate Android 16. So these 3 androids are programmed specifically to kill Goku. That is the whole reason the androids exist, is to Goku needs to die. Because mention that remember that paramilitary organization that I mentioned before?
Vaguely.
Goku, as a very young child, thwarted a military organization.
And so they created androids to kill him as
Android 20 was a doctor, like a machinist, who worked for the Red Ribbon Army.
I see.
And so he has held a grudge this entire time, and then turned himself into an android. He put his little brain in a little body that looked like an old man for some reason. He could have made the body look like anything. He decided to make it look like an old man.
I'm a little old man. You gotta take me seriously. I'm a little old man.
17 decapitates Android 20. And they decide to go on a road trip to go kill Goku. After beating the shit out of everyone. Goku is still, like, dying of a heart disease. So they have to make sure that they don't get to him. Because in his weakened state, they will just fucking kill him. So, as they're trying to plan that out, a weird power level shows up out of fucking nowhere. It's weird in the sense that, like, it feels like... Piccolo describes it as like, wait, Goku's over that way. Wait, that's not Goku, that's me. Wait, that's not me, that's Frieza. And it's very strange, because they describe it as, like, every person has their own individual, like, flavor, I guess, of power. Like, if you sense someone, you're like, oh, I know who that is. That kind of thing. But this is like everyone. You can sense it. It feels like everyone. It's very weird. So Piccolo goes to investigate. There is a big green bug man by the name of Cell. And he has killed an entire town of people by sucking them up through his straw tail. You want to see me drink this guy? So... Cell is also programmed. He's a bio-android. He's a little bit different. But he's also programmed to kill Goku, but he's not as interested in that. He's more interested in killing all life. Which is bad, I would say. He's super weak in this form, but he knows that if he absorbs androids 18 and 17, he'll become stronger. And if he can achieve his perfect form, no one will be a match for him. So Piccolo goes and finds Android 17. He says, listen, like, if I need you to trust me. If you get absorbed by Cell, we are all going to die. And so 17's like, fuck you.
And then gets absorbed by Cell.
I'm a cool teen guy with a gun. I'm way cooler than you. And then gets absorbed by Cell.
Yep.
So semi-perfect Cell. He becomes big and bulky. Way fucking stronger than anyone expected. Around this time, Vegeta and Trunks begin training in this place called the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Where you can get a year's worth of training done in a single day. So, around the time that Cell absorbs Android 17, they get out of the Hyperbolic Time Chamber. So they've been training an entire year. And so Vegeta finds Cell and fucking wipes the floor with him. Like, he is by far fucking stronger.
So wait. In the hyperbolic time chamber, you said that like a year's worth of training in a single day, and they trained for a year.
Okay, no. So time works differently in the hyperbolic time chamber. A day on the outside is a year inside.
So they trained for a day, but it has the results of a year.
Yes.
Okay.
But for
I was
them,
about
it
to
was
say,
an
that's
entire
crazy
year.
amount of training in a year inside the hyperbolic time chamber.
There's a limit on that, too. I think you can only enter 3 times in your life.
I see. What happens if you enter a 4th time?
The stress becomes too much for you and you die.
Bro,
Because
I feel that outside the chamber. Like...
Because it's like they describe it as like not a fun experience. Like it feels like the atmosphere is heavier there. Like it's not like normal. You cannot go in there too much.
I see.
Anyway, so Trunks and Vegeta are fighting Cell. Cell's like, Vegeta, hold on. Wait, pause, time out. I'm calling a time. Listen, if you help me absorb Android 18, I'll be even stronger, dude. Like, I'm not even a challenge right now. Like, if you want a real challenge, let me absorb that android over there, that hot babe android. Vegeta is like, wait, hold on. You're saying you're not as strong as you could be. And Trunks is like, what the fuck? Why are you even listening to him? Like, you fucking stupid idiot. Let's just kill him right now.
Hey, shut up. I'm your dad, and I make good decisions. Eat that android.
Vegeta knocks out Trunks, so he doesn't get in the middle of it. And Cell becomes perfect. Cell's my favorite villain. Because of one moment. So he becomes perfect, and he just looks like a bug man now. Krillin, who I haven't really
Where's
talked
the part
about
where
much.
he gives birth?
We're almost there. We're getting close. So Krillin, who I haven't really mentioned too much up to this point, is really important for this. He has a move called Destructo Disc. It is a thin energy disc that can cut through just about anything. Throughout the series, it's used in certain fights. It cuts off Frieza's tail. It almost slices off Nappa's head. It's really strong, and up until this point, everyone has tried to avoid it because it is such a unique move to him, and it's very strong. When Perfect Cell becomes Perfect Cell, he just fucking face tanks one.
Ooh!
Like, Krillin tries to chop his head off with it, and it just dissipates on Cell's neck. And, like, in that moment, I think he became my favorite because it's like, well, what the fuck do you even do then? Like, if the one
Give
thing,
up.
if the one thing that has been like a sure threat to everything up until this point doesn't do anything, you're fucked.
Jesus Christ.
So Cell's like, okay, Vegeta, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you for a sec. Hold on. Listen, let's give it like a year. Why don't we say a year? All of you guys, get your strongest fighters. He invades like a television station and is announcing this to the world. I'm holding a tournament. You know, I'm your only opponent. If one fighter from Earth can beat me, I'll spare the Earth. Otherwise, I'm blowing up this bitch. So, Goku and Gohan are in the hyperbolic time chamber during this time. Goku and Gohan are in the hyperbolic time chamber at this point. And they walk out. No, you're not. You're cutting it. Now I have to do another take, Trina.
No, it's fine. We're keeping it in. It's fine.
So they come out of the time chamber, and they're just like Super Saiyan. Like, going Super Saiyan takes a tremendous amount of effort, normally, but they have perfected it to the point where they can just remain Super Saiyan indefinitely. And Gohan had gone in without being able to be a Super Saiyan. He comes out, and him and his dad had just had permanent blonde hair, and it's like, holy shit, like, whoa. So they have a year, and they actually don't do a whole lot of training. And Krillin stops Goku at one point, and he says, listen, we're about to go into, like, the biggest fight of our lives. Like, the world is at stake here. Like, maybe we should, I don't know, throw some punches? Like maybe we should do some training, like spar? And Goku says, like, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Like, I don't know any amount of training we can do right now is even going to be worth it.
Is this around the same point where Krillin fucking takes a rock to
Yes.
Goku's head.
This is that
It's
same
like,
scene.
He's a Super Saiyan, so he might be able to just deflect it without thinking about it.
Yeah, I bet even when he's sleeping. Why'd you do that? I fucking love that scene. So yeah, Goku is like, we're fucked, basically. We have one shot at this, and if we don't, we lose. It is so important that this one thing goes off without a hitch, because if I'm wrong, we lose. So the Cell games begin. There's a man there by the name of Hercule. He's just a dude. The current martial arts tournament winner.
Is this Mr. Satan?
Mr. Satan. Hercule Satan.
Hercule Satan?
Vaguely,
like I remember when I saw the show when I was younger, and I saw him like on an episode on TV. I was just like, that motherfucker looks like my dad.
Here he is in all his fucking dumb glory.
Yeah, no, fuck that straight up just looks like my dad, but his if his hair was longer, spitting image.
So Hercule is the world martial arts champion.
Mm-hmm.
He gets one shot. I mean, he's so weak. No one even. He's a joke character.
He's a guy. He's a dude.
But he's important. He's a little important a little bit later. So they start fighting. It's Goku and Cell. They're exchanging blows. They're going as hard as they can, and then Goku's like, "Okay, I'm done." And Cell's like, "Huh? What the fuck are you talking about?" And Goku's like, "I literally can't beat you." And Cell's like, "Okay, so you're giving up? Like, I'm gonna just kill the world. Like, fuck you. I'm just gonna blow up the world, I guess." He's like, No. There's someone stronger." And he points to his son. He goes, "Go get him, champ." And
Dad, why?
and so Gohan is like, well, because he goes up to Gohan. He says, it felt like I was holding back to you, didn't it? And Gohan's like, yeah. Like, why weren't you fighting at full strength? He's like, I was going as hard as I could, son. Like, I was fighting as hard as I could. It's just, he knows Gohan's stronger than him. So he's like, go get him, champ. And Gohan's like, Cell, listen, when I was a kid, I got very angry once, and my power is, when I get angry, I get really, really dangerous. Like, you do not want to make me angry. And Cell's like, wait, so you're saying you'll be more of a challenge if I get you mad? All right, bet. And so he poops out some like mini cells.
Oh, this is
Cell,
okay.
Cell
Yeah, that's the
Juniors.
part.
He shits out some little babies.
What's the method of delivery? Of these?
It's out of his tail.
I thought he doesn't have his tail as perfect cell.
It's really, really short.
Oh, it's back. Like tucked up in his fucking crack. Yeah, okay.
So she shits out these little babies. This is one of my favorite images of them. Hold on. I like the one that's like sitting. So these little bastards start beating the shit out of all of the other fighters that are just kind of waiting in the wings. Like, everyone's there. And so they just start beating the fuck out of them. And Cell's like, doesn't this make you mad, kid? Like, doesn't this make you angry? Like, get angry, dude.
This has no weight on me. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, Gohan's like, I don't care about any of them. Especially my dad. He's an asshole. But Cell's like, get angry. I want you to get mad. I want you to get mad.
Get mad.
And
you're a loser.
You're a loser. So
baby gonna cry?
Yeah. So Android 16, who had been reprogrammed by this point, grabs Cell and he's like, I'm just gonna put an end to this, and blows up. His head rolls over to Gohan and he goes, listen, I know you are a pacifist. I know that you don't want to hurt anyone, but if you don't do something, right now, everyone you have ever loved is going to die. The speech Android 16 gives right here is, like, really good. Because he talks about, like, it is okay to hate evil people. It is okay to stand up for what you love. And, like, shit, like, it's really, really great. And then Cell just crushes his fucking head under his foot.
That's what sparks the big Angie.
So, Gohan goes big Angie mode. He goes Super Saiyan 2.
No! Is that the introduction of Super Saiyan 2?
Yes, it is. He's the first one to achieve this level. It is... I know I said Vegeta's Super Saiyan 1 transformation is my favorite. His introduction. My favorite transformation period is Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. He's just a being of pure hate. So to be a Super Saiyan, I'll break it down a little bit. It is born out of pure rage, and it responds to Goku explains it as it responds to a need, not a want. Like you have to need the power to overcome this. There is an explanation on why Gohan is so much stronger. The long and short of it is Goku and Vegeta are both pure Saiyans. Saiyans have different etymology than humans, obviously. So right. when you have a half Saiyan, hybrid Saiyans is what they're called. When a hybrid Saiyan, who has the emotions of a human being and the power of a Saiyan, combine that shit together, high emotions create Super Saiyans. So when you have these wild emotions, you can just be stronger inherently. So Gohan starts, like, murdering the Cell Juniors. That's the first thing he does. He decapitates a few. Like, he's just going wild. And Goku's like, attaboy, champ, you're doing it. You're doing real good, champ.
He decaps his father.
I love you. And Gohan's like, Dad, I need you to shut the fuck up right now, okay? I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna torture him to death. And Goku's like, okay, maybe reel it in a little bit. That's a little troubling. I'm seeing some red flags, son.
Bud.
And Piccolo, who had raised Gohan when Goku was dead, he was like, I don't think you fucking get it, Goku. Your son doesn't like fighting. And Goku's like, oh, fuck. Like, what have I done? Like, I've endangered my son because I thought that this is just because of how his brain functions.
He's Saiyan-brained.
Yeah, he thinks that this is exactly what his son wants. But he didn't take into account that, maybe not everyone is like that. Maybe not everyone has the same, like, their brain isn't tuned that way. Maybe my son just desires a simple life. And he does. Gohan wants to be a scholar. Like, he doesn't want to be a fighter. He wants to learn and teach. Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 is, I think, the epitome of, like, you have tried to do the right thing for the wrong reasons and failed miserably in both. Like, it is, and this is the crux of what we were talking about earlier, where Goku being a bad dad. This is the one moment where I will agree with people. This is the one bad decision he makes as a dad. He forces himself, and I could break this down, like, to a psychological level, but I'm not going to go there. But Goku is a fighter. It is programmed into his DNA to fight. And so he just assumes anyone who is born of him will also want that. And that's just not the case. And so it's hard to, like, because this comes up a little bit in just a second, but, like, I think in that moment he realizes my son just wants to live his life and he is fighting for everything right now. And I've pushed him to this point, and Goku feels fucking bad. Like, he feels terrible. So Gohan and Cell fight. Cell gets overpowered. Gohan punches Cell so fucking hard he regurgitates Android 18.
Oh, Jesus.
And so Cell's like, well, I'm way weaker than Gohan now. I may as well just blow up the planet. So he activates, like, a self-destruct in himself. No one knows what to do, and then Goku's like, I guess I gotta fix my mistake. And so he instant transmissions himself and Cell to King Kai's planet, where they both die. He just makes, like, the ultimate sacrifice. Because at the end of the day, this is all Goku's fault. Like, when you really think about it, the whole Red Ribbon Army thing is his fault. Like, all of this happening is because of him. So he figures, this is my mess. Like, I need to fix it.
I was gonna say, isn't Cell becoming Perfect Cell more Vegeta's fault?
Yes, but, like, Cell wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Goku.
It wouldn't have even been a thing for consideration if, like, Goku wasn't a fuck
Yeah. If Goku hadn't beaten the Red Ribbon Army, none of this would have happened.
But I mean, like, what was he supposed to do?
And that's true, but like, that's how he sees it. He's like, this is my this is my bed. I have to sleep in it, So he sacrifices himself. Cell ends up surviving because one cell of him survives, and then he reforms his entire body into his perfect form because that is he describes it as like, this is the optimal form that my body was, so why wouldn't I just regenerate to that? And so he's even fucking stronger now because him and Goku's DNA kind of got like mixed together a little bit because they both blew up at the same time. Yeah, it's really fucking gross.
Like a Saiyan slurry, and he just...
Yeah, exactly. He just licked up the red paste.
Ew.
So he comes back and kills Trunks. Like, just out of fucking nowhere. And Vegeta's like...
My boy!
One of my favorite versions of this is the Team 4-Star dub, where he goes like, my baby boy! But, Gohan, through the power of his father finally understanding, this level of understanding that they have, because Goku is like talking from Otherworld to Gohan. He's like, you want to save your mom, don't you? You want to become a scholar, don't you? Like, you want to be able to do all these things. You want to save your friends. You have to do this. And it's like a great inspirational moment for Gohan at this level of understanding he has with his dad. And he wins. And Gohan wins. And they destroy Cell. And Goku's like, they're going to wish Goku back. He's like, nah, it's probably for the best if I don't come back. Like, this was all my fault. Like, everything that's happened is my fault. Like, I can't put anyone in danger like this anymore. So he stays dead until Gohan gets to high school. I'm going to gloss over the Buu saga a lot because I really don't like it.
Really?
There are some bits and pieces here that I really, really like. But the Fat Buu arc is really fucking dog shit.
I was going to say, Fat Buu's,
it overstates its welcome.
Yeah, I was going to say, Fat Buu is, a very notable, character.
Mm-hmm. I like Super Buu a lot. I don't like Kid Buu at all, I don't think. But, like I said, there are bits and pieces I really like. The ending part is not great. There's a middle part that is not really good. But, everything else is okay.
Is this the same arc where it this is Majin Buu, right? Or is that a completely different arc?
Majin Buu. This
is where Vegeta has the Majin symbol on his head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's primo shit. So a tournament is being held, and Goku, who has been dead for several years, wants to participate. So he makes a deal with a fortune teller lady named Fortune Teller Baba. She's this old bitch. And,
okay, goddamn.
No, she's this old woman who is magical, and she can go between other world and our world. And so for a single day, Goku is allowed back on Earth. And he's been training he has not stopped training in Otherworld. He wanted to catch up to Gohan, essentially.
Oh, I see.
And so the tournament starts. Gohan has this love interest named Videl. She's in the tournament too. She's a really strong fighter for a human.
Oh no, is this the tournament where she gets realistically fucking pummeled?
Yes.
It's one of the most visceral fucking
It's an entire episode.
Yeah, no, it's one of the most visceral fight scenes that I've seen in that era of anime. That's genuinely uncomfortable to watch.
It's bad
because she's crying out in pain while she's getting her fucking back snapped.
Okay, let me get to it real quick. So Hercule's there, and he's like, "Hey, I'm the champ. You guys beat Cell, but I took all the credit, so the world loves me." For winning, saving the world, all that shit. So if you guys need anything, let me know. And he's like, everyone's like, yeah, we're just gonna fight in this tournament. Fuck you, Hercule, you piece of fucking shit.
Damn.
None of us like you. So the tournament starts, and there's this big dude who apparently was a fighter in a previous tournament by the name of Spopovich. He is unbelievably strong for a human for some reason. He's in the tournament against Videl and beats the fucking shit out of her. Like it is an uncomfortable beatdown, as you said. Like, it is, and there is a reason for this. It's not a good reason, but the reason is they are collecting power to reawaken something called Majin Buu.
That's what That's what starts the arc, yeah.
So they're collecting power from fighters. So they want to get Gohan as fucking mad as possible. And they succeed. Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2 like in the tournament grounds. They absorb like most of his power. And he's like, "Oh fuck." And so their power basically fills up most of the way. So Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan fly after them. And they meet a magician by the name of Babidi, who is trying to raise Buu back from the dead. Not the dead, is resting. It's not important. So Babidi is like, okay, you know what? If you want to get to me, it's going to be like a dungeon in a video game, all right? We're going to have like one guy on one floor, right? And another guy on another floor, and you guys are just going to fight them. You're going to try to get through them. Vegeta's up first. He's like, all right, fuck this shit. I'm tired of this fucking shit. I want to fight, all right? He fights up against this fighter named Pui Pui. Makes fucking quick work of him.
I remember Pui Pui. And then I don't remember Pui Pui. Exactly. He dies fast.
He becomes dust. So Babidi's taken aback by this. He's like, hold on. These guys are strong as shit. What the fuck? And so it's Goku's turn. He fights a big green monster by the name of Yakon. Yakon can eat light. That's kind of his power. So Goku just goes Super Saiyan and overfeeds him. And Yakon fucking explodes from feasting off of the light of a Super Saiyan. And so Babidi's like, wait, hold on.
What have I done?
Wait.
What's going on?
What? Deborah? It's his right-hand man, he's king of the demons.
Oh, Deborah.
Like, Deborah, could you fuck him up, please? I don't know. And so Deborah fights Gohan, loses. And around this time, Vegeta's he's like clutching his head. He's like, get out of my head. And then he becomes Majin Vegeta. He gets taken over by Babidi's magic. Because Babidi is using the evil that is in Vegeta's heart. Because he's not fully a good guy yet.
No.
He uses the evil that is in his heart to gather more energy for Majin Buu's resurrection. Majin Vegeta shows up at the tournament. He's like, okay, Goku, you and me, we're going to fight. And the Supreme Kai, who is kind of the advisor for this arc, he's telling Goku about all this shit that's going on. He's like, don't fight him. If you fight him, all of the energy from your fight will go straight to Majin Buu. It's not a good idea. And so Vegeta kills an entire arena full of people watching the tournament.
Oh, God.
And he's like, Goku, you going to fight me now? Are you going to do it now? I'll kill more people until you fucking fight me. I will keep killing people unless you fight me. Supreme Kai steps in front of Goku. He's like, no, I can't let you do this. And so Goku's like, all right, motherfucker, I will just kill you to get to Vegeta.
Oh my
Supreme
God.
Kai's like, okay, all right, never mind, fuck. You guys got your own shit going on. And so the fight between Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Majin Vegeta is probably my favorite fight in the whole series. It goes fucking for an episode and a half. It's so fucking good. There's a lot of very good dialogue. Vegeta is talking about why he gave himself up to Babidi, because Goku figures it out. He did it on purpose. He's like, why would you turn your back on all the friends you've made? And he's like, that's exactly it. Goku, Kakarot, because he calls him his Saiyan name. He's like, listen, I got way too comfortable here on Earth. I'm a warrior. I'm an elite warrior. I'm a royal prince. I'm a prince of a warrior race of people. And I'm settling down and enjoying a simple life here. This isn't what I was born to do. All right? I just wanted to be as strong as I used to be. And Goku's like, you're fucking lying. Like, that's not what you want. You know you love the people here, and how could you turn your back on your wife? How could you turn your back on your kid? And so Majin Buu gets resurrected throughout this fight. And Vegeta's like, you know what? Fuck, you're right. Like, I don't want my family to die. And so he knocks out Goku and decides, hey, I'm just going to do this myself. So Vegeta, like Goku in the arc before, gives the ultimate sacrifice and kills himself to try to kill Majin Buu. That shit don't work, unfortunately. His sacrifice is like, it's a really good episode. It's really emotional.
But it meant like nothing.
Yeah, it meant almost nothing. And I think that's also compelling in its own right. Is that like the one thing that he thought would work just didn't fucking work.
Why did he think that would work?
It was an explosion bigger than like anyone had seen. And just Majin Buu just reformed because he's made out of fucking bubblegum. Goku's like, fuck, shit, this is not good. Vegeta's dead. What do I do? Okay, I'm gonna stop Majin Buu. He turns to Trunks, who was there, and Goten, his second son. And he's like, you two, go to Kami's Lookout where everyone's waiting. All right, tell them that Majin Buu is here, and it's bad, and I'll meet you as soon as I can. He stops Majin Buu. He says, you want to see something cool? You want to see me turn into a Super Saiyan? And he goes Super Saiyan 1. He's like, all right, this is normal shit, right? This is Super Saiyan 1. Like, you've seen this. You've seen a bunch of Super Saiyans since you've been here. He goes Super Saiyan 2. He's like, this is a Super Saiyan that has ascended beyond a Super Saiyan. For simplicity's sake, you could just call this Super Saiyan 2.
Oh, it's this scene. Okay.
And he's like, and this!
and this!
And it is my favorite song in the show, the Super Saiyan 3 theme. He grows, like, super fucking long hair. His brow becomes
even further beyond!
Beyond! That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Sean Schemmel.
For, like, 3 episodes.
Sean Schemmel is the king of fucking scream. A side note, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
During the Super Dragon Fist, at the end of Wrath of the Dragon, which is one of the movies, Sean Schemmel passed out in the booth from screaming so hard. That man commits to his fucking art, and goddammit, I love him for it. He's one of my favorite voice actors. It's mostly because of Goku. But he plays King Kai and one of the Namekians named Nail, but I love Sean Schemmel. Anyway, Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, stops Buu for a while, but he can't be Super Saiyan 3 for super long. So he runs. He runs. Majin Buu keeps destroying cities because he's on a full rampage.
Amazing.
Now. And Babidi's like, okay, you fat fuck. Listen, we need to hold this planet ransom. Like, we need to think about this. We need to be smart. So Buu just, like, snaps his fucking neck and is like, we're not playing that game.
Deserved.
So Buu is completely rampaging on his own at this point. And who does he run into? Hercule Satan. So Hercule has a little dog, and he's like, listen, we you know, Mr. Buu, whatever you need, I'll give you whatever you need. I have a lot of connections. You know? And Boo's like, I like that dog. That's cool. I'll make a house for myself. I guess he just makes a house. He's like, hey, yeah, I think I'll live here for a minute. Do you have any, like, food? I'm hungry. And so Hercule's like, yeah,
I would have loved if that's just how Boo talks.
I'm not doing his voice. Fuck that shit.
It's just, yeah, I can take that dog, I guess.
So Hercule's like, yeah, I can get you any food you want. So Boo turns all of that food into candy because he has a really bad sweet tooth and just eats it. And Hercule's like, so why are you, like, doing the whole planetary destruction thing? Like, why are you killing everyone? And Boo's like, I don't know. It's just kind of what Babidi told me to do. Hercule's like, you know that's bad, right? And Boo's like, wait, hold on. That's bad? And Hercule's like, yeah, killing people's pretty fucking bad, dude. And Boo's like, I will never kill another person.
Oh my
That's all it took. That's all it took. Right?
Hey, yo, killing people is not cool. Oh, shit, man. I didn't...
straight up not having a good time right now. So, we've gone through Frieza's forms and Cell's forms. We're going to go through Boo's forms real quick. So Majin Buu is big fat fuck with a little cape. He's a cutie. Okay,
He's a cutie.
I'll fully admit. He's a little cutie.
He's a big cutie.
So Buu decides, hey, I'm never going to hurt another person ever again. Because of Hercule's kindness, he's like, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm done. That does not agree with his demon-esque nature.
Is that what he is?
He's kind of a demon. A Majin is like Japanese for demon.
I see.
So because it doesn't agree with his physiology, like it goes against what he is. He spits out all of the malice and evil that is within him. And it forms this fucker. So evil Buu and fat Buu fight. And they get into a huge fucking fight, but Majin Buu doesn't want to hurt anyone anymore. Like he doesn't want to do this. So he's trying his best, but he's just not strong enough. So Evil Buu eventually wins in this fight and forms probably the best form of Buu.
Yeah, that's the
Super Buu.
Yeah.
Super Buu ends up killing every single human on the planet.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. It is a special move called Planet Extinction, I want to say.
What the fuck?
He kills everyone.
I mean, straight and to the point, I guess. Like, I have this super powered move called Planet Die.
Make everyone die move. While this is happening, Trunks and Goten have been training with the fusion technique.
Mm-hmm. I see, yes, fusion.
Where you do a little dance, right? And then you become one person. While all this is happening. They're practicing. They end up fighting.
Oh no! Buu. Where's his chin?
We'll get to it. So Gotenks is the fusion that they end up making. And they end up losing to Buu and getting absorbed. And that's Super Buu Gotenks absorbed, what I just sent you.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a chin. I don't know why he doesn't have a chin.
I mean, he
just doesn't have a chin.
He technically doesn't have a chin in the original, like, Majin form. But he is just neck. Oh, it's nasty. So,
I'll add this one just because I think it's funny. So Fusion only has a 30-minute time limit.
Mm-hmm.
He had absorbed Piccolo as well during this time. So when the timer runs out, he reverts to this. It's just him in Piccolo's clothes. And he's like super fucking weak. At this point, he's fighting Gohan, who had powered up beyond the need to go Super Saiyan. It's called Mystic Gohan, what a lot of people call it.
Huh.
He was training in basically heaven for a while, and he is so unbelievably strong that him going Super Saiyan would be pointless, is how it's described. Like he is so beyond what is needed power-wise for that. At this point, I think he truly becomes his full potential. Like what he should have been in this point of the series is like the main character, basically. But he's like too cocky because he's just a teen kid, really. He's like 18, 19. And so he gets absorbed by Buu as well.
Oh boy, what does that look like?
It's a very, very good design, actually. So Gohan was actually wearing Goku's clothes. He was wearing like a variant of Goku's clothes. So he looks like this.
Oh, he has his chin back.
Mm-hmm. And he has like the Saiyan chiseled chin.
Does his like head tentacle go straight up in the air when it goes Super Saiyan? Like,
He doesn't go Super Saiyan.
I was gonna say, that thing looks like it would be absolutely erect if it did.
I mean, that's probably just when he's like, when he sees Piccolo.
Also, that is unfortunate shading on this particular piece, because it looks like he pissed his pants.
Yeah, I think that's fan art. Hold on, let me get you like good shading here. Oh no, that's just an opening in his pants, Trina.
Why is there an opening in his pants?
I don't know. It's just how pants are drawn. I don't know. Akira Toriyama doesn't know how to draw.
Akira Toriyama just really loves assless chaps.
Look at Gohan's pants here. I mean, the same thing happens.
Damn.
I don't know.
Just waiting for a cock slip, like.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you see like the bulge in Majin Vegeta's fucking key art, like.
Yeah, I don't know why he drew his dick. Oh my god, it's to the right and everything.
There's like, you can even see like in the highlight, there's like a slight outline of just like the head.
We can't put that one up.
Yeah, no, that's that. Oh my god, it is straight up dick, dick and balls, dude. That is some tight ass spandex, my man.
I need to hurry this up. So we've been going for an hour and a half. So Gohan gets absorbed.
Yeah.
Bad. Very bad. Around this time, Goku is back to life. Because, one of the old Kais, which are basically gods, sacrifices his life so Goku can come back to life. He's like, okay. He goes to Goku. He's like, listen, I have these 2 little earrings, okay? You wear one, another person wears one, you guys become one person, you're super strong. He's like, okay. He's like, these are Patara earrings. It's permanent, though, once you wear them. So if you got to choose wisely. You're going to forever be joined with that person. So originally, Goku gets the Patara earrings to fuse with Gohan. He's like, Gohan's the best chance we got. If I fuse with him, we're going to be super strong. Gohan gets absorbed. So he's like, oh, fuck. So there's Dende, who is a Namekian boy that they kidnapped from Namek to make the Earth Dragon Balls. And Mr. Satan. So he's like, fuck. Like, who do I fuse with? And he's like, wait a minute. Vegeta might be dead, but I could, like, go have somebody go get him and then bring him here and I could fuse with him. So he takes a minute and he's like, Vegeta, listen, we need to beat Buu. He's very, very strong and very big. And if we don't do something, we're all gonna die.
He is not small and green. He only has 1 antenna, and he is not like you and me.
Exactly.
He's big, scary, and pink!
So Vegeta's like, wait, so you're saying we're gonna be permanently fused? Fuck that. I don't wanna, you're so, fuck you, Goku. You piece of fucking shit. I don't wanna, and Goku's like, dude, everyone you have ever known on this planet, and I know you love Bulma, they're all gonna die. And Vegeta's like, shit, okay, you convinced me. Give me the earring. And so they become the strongest person in Dragon Ball Z canon, Vegito. He's epic. He's both Goku and Vegeta at the same time, but also not either of them. It's described as not being either, being his own individual being. He is not Goku or Vegeta. He is both, and also someone else. It's really interesting how they describe it.
He is both, but also not, but also one and the other, but also neither.
That's fine. Vegito goes Super Saiyan. He's beating up Buu pretty good. Buu turns him into a piece of candy, and then Candy Vegito is still beating the shit out of Buu because he's that strong. Even as Candy, he is strong.
Is it like a comedic like fucking thing? Because I haven't seen the full Buu arc. So is it like he turns into a piece of candy and just like fucking starts walloping him from the inside?
No, he's just like walloping him from the outside. He's just like spinning around him and shit. Here's him as a little bonbon.
That is just, I was expecting a face on it. I don't know why it's so much funnier that it is just a bonbon.
It is. Here's a GIF.
Oh my god!
He does end up getting absorbed, though. And so, because of how Majin Buu's physiology is when Vegito goes in, Goku and Vegeta get separated. So they're like, okay, let's go throughout Majin Buu and release everybody. It'll be fine. So they find Gohan. They're like, all right, cut him down. They find Piccolo. They find Gotenks. So they're like, all right, cut him down. And then they find somebody that they were not expecting. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? No, they find somebody that they're not expecting. It's not who I think it is, but it's Fat Majin Buu. They're like, wait a minute, what the fuck are you doing here?
Is this you?
So they cut him loose. And out comes the worst glow up I've ever seen in my life.
It's Kid Buu.
Kid Buu is the strongest villain in the entire fucking series, and he looks like shit.
I don't think he looks that bad.
I don't like his design at all.
It's just, Super Buu, but smaller. That's fine. I'm gonna be honest, I think the design is okay.
He's, ugh.
What's ugh?
This is like Boo's like pure form, right? This is him like when he was first created, this is what he looked like. And like in the lore, he almost destroyed all of existence. Like, and so he is the ultimate killing machine in a lot of respects.
It's a ripped child. I like
yeah. Do you see my problem with it?
I mean, I guess I still think like just visually it's fine.
Let me see if I can find
He's an imp. He's a little fucking shit imp. He destroys planets. Destroys existence.
I'm trying to find, like, a funny image of him. Because there's one really good image that I really like. There we go. Anyway, fucking... So Hercule is there. He had been killed, but now he's like with them because rather than have the world get destroyed, Supreme Kai transports everyone to the realm of the Kais, which is essentially heaven. And he's like, "All right, you need to kill him now. I've saved Earth. Like, we need to destroy him." And so Hercule, they wish all the humans back, and Hercule's like, "Hey, listen, fuckos. Give me your energy so we can do the attack to kill Buu." And it's a big spirit bomb. Like a big, super big spirit bomb. Oh. And Goku's like, "It's ready!" And then he's like, he sends the spirit bomb to Buu. He's like, "Listen, you were a good fighter. Why don't you come back as somebody good next time? Bye-bye." And then he eviscerates.
Oh my god.
So, Buu dies here. And then there's a little wrap-up saga that I think is filler at the end that wasn't in the manga. Buu comes back as a little boy. His name is Oob. And Goku calls his mom a pee pants and a poo pants. And to get, to anger him, so he attacks him. And he's like, "Your mom's a little pee-pee pants. Hey, if you don't fight me right now, I'm gonna find your parents and beat the shit out of them."
God.
And Oob's like, "That's fucking weird, adult man talking to me, a child." And so he starts fighting him, and Goku's about to kill him, and then he doesn't. That's the end of the story, basically.
And we never see Oob again.
You don't really. You see him in GT. He's I think pretty important in GT. But that's
is he older?
Yeah, he's like a teen. Goku trains him for a while. I think Goku takes him on as a student. Then there's Dragon Ball Super, which is the canon continuation. Super's not as good as Z because it tries too hard to be Z. GT tries too hard to be Dragon Ball. And nothing after Z is, better than Z. Z is just the pinnacle, in my mind. And believe it or not, I didn't have to look up that Wikipedia article I had for too much. A lot of that information I just knew. I just love the series a lot. It's really, really important to me.
How do you feel after finally locking me in to talk about Dragon Ball?
Well, on one of your streams one time, I did try to give a very brief history, But now that I could kind of go into detail, I like talking about it.
No, that's fair.
And there's not a whole lot of times where I get to fully explain what makes it a good important thing for me, and like the intricacies and like different character moments and stuff. Like there's a lot of it feels dated, and I understand why people are critical of it because it's not perfect. Like it's far from perfect. But it is so important for not only shonens as a whole, but like it started a lot of tropes that are still continuing to this day, and like it's kind of a blueprint for like that kind of show.
It's definitely one of those shows that more than one generation has grown up with.
Yeah.
I mean, like, even kids today are, like, familiar with who Goku is and what Dragon Ball is, and, like, just how much influence that show has, you know?
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. It was just not something that I personally got into, but you know what, Russ?
No, I understand.
I appreciate you sitting here and talking to me about something that you're very passionate about.
Hell yeah. That's the point of the show.
That's the point of this podcast.
That is the point of the podcast.
That's a long first episode that I'm going to have to edit.
That's the point of the podcast. Yeah. But any questions before we wrap up? Anything that you would like to know about?
Is Chi-Chi meaning breasts a true thing?
Yeah. That's real.
So Goku married boobs.
I mean, can you blame the guy?
No.
I think in a future episode I'll talk about the movies.
Oh boy.
I kind of touched on them a little bit. None of them are canon, but a lot of them are very good.
Definitely wanting to talk about the Broly arc. It's Broly, right?
So there are 3 Broly movies, and 2 of them are good.
So, like, how... I will ask this before, like, the end of the episode. Like, why aren't they canon?
So, in order for them to be canon, certain events would have to not have taken place.
I see.
So, I will take Broly as an example. So during the year they're waiting for the Cell games, that's when the first Broly movie would take place.
Oh, I see.
Because I think they mention waiting for the Cell games in that movie. I think they mention it at the beginning of that movie. Mm-hmm. And that just doesn't line up at all.
All right, so I will cut you off there for that, just so that you can save that material for like the next episode that you decide to do this for. Although I do have one very pertinent question.
Okay.
Is he as thick as people draw him to be?
Broly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He's thicker, in fact.
Oh no.
I'll when I talk about it, I'll show you a fucking diagram of how much bigger he is than anyone else.
Fucking
but
massive.
he be thick, bro.
You did see that one TikTok I sent you, right, of that fan animation that has Broly like in it.
I've watched that full animation about 15 times. So,
nice.
I love it. It's very good.
It's really good. Yeah, like I like the idea of Goku going beyond Saiyan and just turning into fucking Wukong. Like,
yeah, it is basically, very briefly I'll talk about it. It's essentially the end of Dragon Ball, but what if Broly was there and Vegeta was also there? And it's like really fucking well done, well animated.
Oh, absolutely.
Extremely well voice acted. And it's Dragon Ball Legend. I want to say is what it's called. It's very good. I recommend it.
It's
I'm
really
not gonna spoil
good
it because it's very good.
But yeah, I think this marks the end of episode 1.
Holy shit! I talked about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, for almost 2 fucking hours, dude.
Wow. I have more to say too.
Oh damn! No.
Too much. This was too much.
Fuck.
I see Trina reaching for the squirt bottle, so I'm gonna stop talking.
Fucking stop.
Well, what a first episode that has been, my friend. I think we are going to close it off there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for listening. This has been actually a joy to do. And I'm very excited to continue this series, this podcast series for the foreseeable future.
Absolutely. I definitely need to find something that I'm as equally, like, passionate about so that I can force you to sit there for 2 hours while I go on.
Strong.
Yeah, so. No, I was gonna say this would have been maybe a fucking EP10 kind of thing, but you're just like, no, I need to talk about this right fucking now.
Well, to kind of pull back the curtain slightly, we've tried this before.
Oh absolutely.
We have a few episodes recorded from our first attempt that just we might release it at some point, but I talked about wrestling gimmicks and like I went for like maybe an hour, but like, and I'm pretty passionate about that.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
it was really
it ain't got nothing on Dragon Ball Z.
I was gonna say like, there wasn't really much like fleshed out for that one in terms of like gimmicks and stuff, and like there's some definitely funny moments in that recording, but there was nothing like it was consistently sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're not going to talk about the episode I recorded for my hosting.
No, we might come back to that topic.
I don't know if I want to come back to that.
When you, we're not going to talk about it. It's fine. We can talk about it after we finish.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be. Let's actually end the episode.
Yes. We're gonna get out of here, but before we go, you could follow me at Undead Samurai _ on Twitch or Undead _ Samurai on Twitter. That's basically the only fucking social medias I use.
And as for me, you can find me on most social media websites as Stinky Trine. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch, YouTube. Boy, I'm everywhere. And if you see the stink, that's me.
It's like a rash.
It's like eczema. All right. Wahoo! All right, thank you all so much for listening to the Poop Shoot podcast. We're going to leave now. I'm shoving Russ out of the door. We're going. Goodbye. I'm pushing him down a flight of stairs right now. Hey, this is Trina. Thank you so much again for listening to the Poop Shoot podcast. Alongside our individual social media pages, you can also follow the podcast itself. You can find us on Twitter at PoopShootCast, and the podcast is available on YouTube and Spotify. Our music is provided by TuneTank.com. The track you are currently listening to is Lazy Bones by Vital. I'll be back next week as host, and we hope to see you back in the shoot. Take care.